Hi everyone, I am Niharika. Today we are here to present our internship project washing machine by using PIC 16f877A, and I work along with my batchmate Akila, and we are from Ashoka Women's Engineering College. We would like to thank Emertxe Information Technology for providing the internship. This is all about my introduction. Introduction to the project. Washing machine have a great impact. Washing machine will reduce the physical effect of human being, and we have variety of washing machines like fully automatic, which are front runners, and the semi-automatic. These built by using PIC 16F877A microcontroller. Microcontroller and microprocessor are used to control various electronic operations such as monitoring systems, controlling and driving system, and these are most used in automobiles. These are all the things we learn during internship to design and simulate washing machine project to know some basics of C programming. In C programming, we start with number systems. In number systems, we have binary, octal, hexadecimal, and etc. Next, we are going to data representation. Data representation and analyzing in the form of bit, byte, and word. Next, we have the data types. The data types are int, character, float, double. These have some different types of bit size. Int has 4 bits and character has 1 byte and float has 4 bytes, double has 8 bytes. Next, operators. Operators are the arithmetic operators, bitwise operators, logical operators, assignment operators, conditional operators, etc. Coming to arrays, it is a collection of similar data types. Let's move on to the functions. In functions, an user can call function by username number of times. Next thing is string. String is represented by double quotes or single quotes, and it is the combination of alphabets as well as letters. Let's move on to the next thing, storage classes. In storage classes, we have auto, register, static local, static global, and external. Next, the main important concept is pointer. Pointer is variable which stores the address of another variable.
Let's move on to the next topic, why we are choosing a microcontroller. Microcontroller has high performance and it is available in low cost, easily available, and it has a special capabilities. Let's move on to microprocessor versus microcontroller. Microprocessor has all separate components and microcontroller is all components in a single chip. Microprocessor is less flexible and microcontroller is more flexible. Microprocessor has more design complexity and microcontroller has less design complexity.
Let me explain in detail about C programming. C program is used in system software development and embedded software development, OS kernel development, firmware, middleware, and driver development. C used effectively in various specific domains, and it is a free formatted language and efficiency and portability. It has data represented in bit, byte, word. Integrated number in positive and negative. Data types are integral, character, int, floating points or float, and double. It has conditional constructor, single iterations if else, if, and switch cases. Multiple iterations are while, do while, for. Unconditional, continue, break. The next topic is microcontroller and microprocessor. Microcontroller, an integrated circuit which is capable of being programmed to perform specific tasks. Microcontrollers can take input from the device, they controlling and retain control by sending the device signals to different parts of the device. All components in the single chip has less design complexity. Microprocessor. The processor contains the arithmetic, logical, and control circuitry required to perform the functions of a computer CPU. Due to external components, the total power consumption is high. Therefore, it is not ideal for the devices running on stored power in like batteries. Let's move on to need of microcontroller. It is an integrated circuit that contains a microprocessor along with memory and associated circuits, and that are controls some or all the functions of an electronic device or system. An embedded system has a microcontroller unit that has all the function blocks available on the same chip. A microcontroller is a small computer on a single metal oxide semiconductor integrated circuit.
Let me explain in detail about classification of microcontroller. It has three subunits, that is bits, memory devices and instruction set. Bits are further classified into 8-bit, 16-bit and 32-bit. Memory devices are again further classified into external memory devices and embedded memory devices. Instruction set is also further divided into RISC and CISC. RISC stands for Reduced Instruction Set Computer and CISC stands for Complex Instruction Set Computer. Now we are moving for block diagram of PIC controller 16f877A. Let me explain why we are using PIC 16f877A microcontroller, because it has power efficiency, temperature tolerance, hardware architecture, processing power, memory, hardware interface, software architecture as well as cost. Now we are moving to what is embedded system. Embedded system is a combination of software as well as hardware. An embedded system is a microcontroller or a microprocessor based system which is designed to perform a specific task. Its purpose is to control the device and allow a user to interact with it. It consists of microcontroller with onboard memory, a power supply and a communication ports for transmitting data to other device. Let's move on to the classification of types of embedded system. The embedded system is divided into two types, based on performance and functional requirements and based on performance of the microcontroller. Based on performance and functional requirements, it is further classified into four subunits. This is real-time embedded system, standalone embedded system, networked embedded system and mobile embedded system. Based on the performance of the microcontroller, the embedded system again further classified into three subunits, that is small scale embedded system, medium scale embedded system and sophisticated embedded system. Let's move on to the embedded general block diagram representation of an embedded system. The microcontroller is connected to the sensor conditioning as well as the interface, that is output interface. Output interface is again connected to the actuators and the indicators. Sensor conditioning is also connected to the sensors. Let's move on to the here we are going to see what are the components of embedded system. Power supply, serial communication ports, processor, memory, system application, specific circuit, timers, output circuits, etc. From here, my friend Harika will continue the other topics.
Let me explain light emitting diode. A light emitting diode is a semiconductor light source that emits lights when current flows through it. Simplest device used in most on the application as feedback. Semiconductors are a layer of high emitting prosper on the semiconductor device. White light is obtained by using multiple semiconductors or a layer of light emitting prosper on the semiconductor device. Some applications are home lighting, remote controls, surveillance, etc. And LEDs are connected to port B and port D of pin PIC 16f877A a microcontroller. Port is a peripheral and we need to know how to access and address each peripheral. From the section of port B, it is clear that there is one more register associated with it named TRISB. The TRISB register is very important for I/O configuration. The value at this register would decide pin direction as shown in below. TRIS register, port register, pin directions. And here the tactile switches. In matrix keypad, we need to configure rows as output and columns as input. A tactile switch allows electricity to flow in an electrical circuit by manually pressing the operating section. The switch activates when pressed and then turns off when released, as shown in the below figure. Tactile consists of overlay, metal, conductor track, circuit substrate. And here relaxed and pressed also shown. And let me explain about interrupts. An interrupt is a communication process set up in a microprocessor or microcontroller, and it is a deviation of a present execution of program or any work. Interrupt is a signal emitted by hardware or software when a process or an event needs immediate attention. The microprocessor unit acknowledges that request, processes that request and goes back to position where it was interrupted. It alerts the processor to a high priority process requiring interruption of the current working process. Interrupt is a signal emitted by software or hardware when a process or an event needs immediate attention, as shown in the figure. Generally, interrupt is a disturbance signal. Let me explain timers. They are used to keep a record of time for different events occurring in the embedded systems. Built-in timers, timer 0, timer 1, timer 2. It maintains the timing of an operation in sync with a system, clock or an external clock. Some important terms related to timers: tick, resolution, quantum, scaling. Let me explain character liquid crystal display, CLCD. A liquid crystal display is a mode of display used in digital equipment, replacing many other modes of displays such as cathode ray tube, LED displays and plasma displays. Most of character LCD module used in embedded system applications. A character liquid crystal display is a mode of display used in digital equipment, replacing many other modes of displays such as cathode ray tube, LED displays and plasma displays. Most of the character LCD module used in embedded systems applications. In PIC lab, we have two types of display: 16x2 display, 16x4 display. And let me explain digital keypad. Digital keypad is used in our project for on-purpose and changing modes in digital display. Keypads are widely used input devices being used in various electronics and embedded applications. They are used to take inputs in the form of numbers and alphabets and feed the same input system for the further processing. Next, let me explain PIC 16f877A PIC Genius board from Microchip. It has high performance RISC CPU in CMOS technology, and also it consists of 5 ports. Port A has 16-bit analog port and port B has 8-bit bidirectional port. Port C has 8-bit digital pins used for serial communication. Port D has 8-bit digital pins and port DE has 3-bit. Let me show a microchip of a PIC 16f877A. PIC stands for Peripheral Interface Controller. Let me explain a modes of operation in washing machine. Washing program has daily, heavy, delicate, whites, eco cotton, rinse, dry, wash only, and stain wash, and it has water level, auto, low, medium, and high. Let me explain how we are displaying the message like power on, washing machine, water level and type of wash. As soon as we power on the device, we want simulator to show a message like powering on washing machine. After powering on, the simulator should show all the washing modes. Simulator also contain matrix keypad, and with the help of its keys, user will able to choose respective modes. In this particular design, we included pause button that will pause the time count and will turn off the device until it is released. After completing the event, time up message will be displayed on the CLCD.
MPLab X IDE. MPLab X IDE is a tool which is used in our embedded project, that is washing machine project. MPLab X IDE is an expandable, highly configurable software program that incorporates powerful tools to help you discover, configure, develop, debug and qualify embedded design for most of our microcontroller and digital signal controllers. MPLab supports project management, editing, debugging and programming of microchip 8-bit, 16-bit and 32-bit PIC controllers. It only works on Microsoft Windows. MPLab is a proprietary freeware integrated development environment for the development of embedded applications on PIC and DSPIC microcontrollers, and it is developed by Microchip. Let's move on to PICSimLab. PICSimLab is a real-time emulate of development boards with integrated MPLab, that is debugger for code editing and debugging. The same tools used for a real board should be used with PICSimLab, such as MPLab X or Arduino IDE. Next, XC8 compiler. XC8 compiler is a C compiler from Microchip for 8-bit PICs, both program run on Windows and Mac OS and Linux. Let's move on to PICgenius. PIC 16f877A. PICgenius is a board which is used in our project. The PICgenius has PIC 16f877A features, has 256 bytes of WPROM, data memory, self-programming LCD, 2 comparators, 8 channels of 10-bit analog to digital converter, to capture compare PWM function. The synchronous serial port can be configured as either 3-wire serial peripheral interface or 2-wire integrated. PIC 16f877A is a 40-pin PIC controller designed using RISC architecture manufactured by Microchip, and it is used in embedded project. It has 5 ports on it, starting from port A to port E. It has 3 timers in it, 2 of which are 8-bit timers while 1 is 16-bit. We are using the cooler as washing machine. In place of DC motor, we are using the cooler. Whenever we are running the simulation, the fan will on and it run. Here, the 2 types of displays. Here it is the CLCD display. Here there are 2 types of displays. There are 16x2 and 16x4, and buzzer will on when completion of washing machine work. Press key 5 to on washing machine. Key 5 means RB4. If we press RB4, it will show the power on washing machine. We have washing machine programs here: daily, heavy, delicates. Just if we long press on it, if we long press on switch 5, that is RB3, once now we are moving from heavy, delicates and stain wash, eco cotton, woolens. It shows the washing program. Next, if we have to select any washing program like woolen and eco cottons, bed sheets, if we have to long press RB3, that is switch 5, for selecting water level. Now we are switch oning the water level, that it shows auto, low, medium. Next, if we want to press, it shows the, if we press RB3 again, auto, low, medium, high, maximum, it will shows like this. And if we press on switch 5, that is long press to select water level, it shows switch 5 to start and switch 6 to stop. Switch 5 is RB4 and switch 6 is RB5. We are pressing RB4, that is switch 5, to display the washing program what we are selecting, and the time. Switch 5 is to start and switch 6 is to pause. The fan is running. The function is rinse. Whenever we pass, the program is pass only. Again we have to resume, means we have to switch on RB4. The time is displaying on the digital keypad. Whatever the time is displaying on digital keypad, if the time is becomes 0, it shows the buzzer sound. This is all about our project. Thank you all.